Okay, let's go.
Shalom, shalom, guys. It's your girl, Selahyah from the For Real Ghana Life and Calamba Travels. And we are now here at Assin Manso's Slave River and the Ancestral Graveyard. So I'm standing here with our tour group, and we're getting ready to get ready to hear the story and experience what our ancestors went through when they took that last bath. So guys, stay tuned.
We lost several ancestors. Walking from the hinterlands to get here. From here to the dungeons. Through the middle passage to the new world, many ancestors died. Yeah. A lot more died on the plantations where they took them. Sacrifices were put in place for us to be here. Without those sacrifices, I don't know where we'll be. And the fact that we are here today, we shall take a minute of our time to honor them. After the 1 minute silence, I will say, may their souls rest in perfect peace. And we shall all respond by saying Ashe. The word Ashe is a Yoruba word, which literally means so shall it be. So please, let's have a minute of silence. May the spirit of our lost ancestors rest in perfect peace. Ashe. Ashe. An awareness of our past is essential to the establishment of our personalities and our identities as Africans. That's a quote from Emperor Haile Selassie. From Marcus Messiah Garvey Jr., actually borrowed by Bob Marley. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, none but ourselves can free our minds. From this land among the people of Benin, Togo, and Ghana, we have this common African proverb restated. Until the tales of the hunt is told by the lions, the hunt will always glorify the hunters. In context, all I'm trying to say today is that as Africans, we are struggling to tell our own narratives. We are struggling to teach them, not because we don't have to. We have absolutely everything it takes for us to tell the stories, everything it takes for us to teach them. But then systems tend to be fighting against our history, being told or taught. A typical example, I use the United States of America. In the United States, the African history or the black history is categorized under the critical race theory. I ask myself, what is it about our history that is critically racial? What is it about us that is racial that the people wouldn't want us to learn the survival stories of our ancestors? Each and every time I ask these questions, I only come up with 3 answers. Number 1, for nearly 400 years, our ancestors were the ones who were held captives into chains and shackles. They were transported across land for about 4,000 miles into a different world. They made it to these plantations, sacrificed themselves each and every day. After slave trade came to an end, our ancestors went through Jim Crow in America for about 99 years. They went through lynching for about 86 years. Segregation, police brutality, and so many other systems. They survived them, and you and I, we are still surviving. So the question is, why were the ancestors surviving back then in the days? It occurred to me that the ancestors needed to survive to leave a legacy behind for their unborn generations. They wanted to leave us a history that is so much empowered. But unfortunately, the people thought our history is critically racial. Information, they say, is power. But once you keep it away from the people who are supposed to benefit from it, you are rendering the people powerless. If they keep the narratives of our ancestors surviving all these away from you and I, how then do we get to know the sacrifices they made for us to be here? How do we get to know the dreams and aspirations of our ancestors? And how do you and I even get to empower ourselves? We don't. These people can now push us into a corner and narrate a story to us, a story which will benefit them rather than us. Right. Our people say we need to know where we are from, to know where we are going. As an African kid born on this land, I took this job 7 years ago. I'm in my 8th year. When I got here,
I'm getting up here.
Get grounded. Grounded.
I'm in the brain. Give her time. She got the baby strap.
But they don't hurt or anything.
I'm sorry. Oh, you got them American.
Go out.
This was the same path that our ancestors walked as they were chained and yoked with broken spirits to go into the river for their last bath.
We appreciate you for all the sacrifice that you have put in place for us to be here. We pray that as we have touched this water with our feet, may our feet be clean so that whenever we are needed, these feet will take us there. May our hands be clean so that wherever we use our hands to touch something, it should bring benefit to us and those who come into contact with us. I pray that as we listen to the sound of this river, may they be cleansed. Our ears need to be clean so that whenever you come into our dreams and whisper messages into our ears, we will be able to hear you loud and clear. Our eyes for shedding tears and for also seeing this river, may they be clean so that whenever you show us the signs and the directions, water dip its mouth into the big ocean. I pray that our blessings increase abundantly. I seek for the siblings here, the brothers and the sisters. I seek for more love. I pray for prosperity. I pray for healing. I pray for abundance. For this family, I pray for unity. And your spirit work in us. Your spirit grant us the
It is well. We made it. We made it back. Shalom, shalom, guys. It's your girl, Selahyah from the For Real Ghana Life and Calamba Travels. And we're here at Cape Coast at the Dungeons, or most people know it as Cape Coast Castle. But for our ancestors and the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, it is the Cape Coast Dungeons. That's all we know it to be, our dungeons. But we are here today, and we are bringing another tour group here to experience what our ancestors had to endure and to see all our struggles of the transatlantic slave trade and to find out the real history, not the narrated history, but the real history of what happened to our people and where they were caroused and kept like animals in a dungeon before they were brought across the Middle Passage, brought across the Atlantic, and sold on the first auction block in the United States. So I have one of our clients here, one of our elders, and we're going to talk to her and see how she feels and just let her tell us how she feels about the castles and everything that she's experiencing here. So guys, stay tuned as I bring my clients before you. Okay, so here we have Queen Mother. Queen Mother, can you tell us where you're from?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay. And would you like to share with people how old you are?
79.
79 years old. And is this your first time in Ghana?
This is my second.
Your second time. So you have been here before and you came back.
Yes.
What brought you back?
I'm home.
Home. This is home. Yes. So can you please tell us how you felt about your visit to the dungeons here? Because you've been here before, right?
Yes.
So what was your experience like here at your age as you're a senior? How did that affect you when you came to the dungeons and really seeing the place where your ancestors were housed or caroused, as I should say?
Well, it was really, really sad. And some of the stuff that I experienced was even sadder for me because my grandparents talked about the things that went on that they knew about and stuff. But when you experience it, you also feel it.
So what I thought was really interesting is when we went and we did the Slave River, what you said about what you knew about the Slave River. You want to share that?
My grandmother used to tell us about the people washing and being pushed into the ocean and stuff, and I was like maybe 8 or 9 years old, and I didn't know how, what she was really talking about. I just thought she was telling us a story, But when I came here the first time, it was really difficult to know that had happened, that it was really true.
Yeah, it's a real. It's real. It's not a narrative. It's not a story. It's not somebody making up stuff. This is our oral tradition, and this is what we were shut. Our mouths were closed.
Yes.
We were shut down from speaking these oral traditions. They took our heritage away from us, our name away from us. They took everything away from us so that we wouldn't know who we were, so that we would believe the lies that they
would tell us.
That they were telling us.
It's very, very emotional.
Yeah. So you are a brave soul, and I would say that you are also blessed because the Most High has allowed you, the time to come back to see it, not once but twice.
Maybe 3 times.
Maybe 3. You plan on coming back again?
I do.
Okay. So do you have any plans on maybe repatriating or retiring or
I'm giving it some consideration.
Giving it some consideration. Fair enough. Guys, so you guys have heard from our elder in the group. So we're going to talk to some more of our clients and get their take on their experience here in Ghana, and especially at the Cape Coast Slave Dungeon. Okay, so we have here Mousy, and Mousy actually lives here in Ghana. So you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Mawusi. I've been here 2 years, a little over 2 years. Came for the first time 2 years ago and stayed and love it here. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's, the cost of living is so much cheaper. So to me, I don't see the purpose of going back to work. How we do?
Okay, so you guys hear that? Mousy is she's been very expressive about how much we work in the States.
Like Hebrews.
Yes. Yes.
I don't want to work like that no more. That's crazy.
So tell us your experience. You've been to the castles before?
Just out here. I don't go in.
Okay, tell us why.
To me, I just feel it puts a feeling on me that I don't want.
Okay.
It's like it'll make me feel like I want to kill somebody.
Okay.
Like I don't want to have that feeling.
This is the same ocean right here that those slave ships sailed. This is the same castle that the ships came to do trade, but then they decided and planned and schemed to steal our ancestors from this land. Y'all hear the roar of that water? It is said that the waters here are not calm, that the waters here are angry because of the souls that was lost in this water. People are not able to swim in this part of Cape Coast.
They named this whole site European Beach, a place meant for only European activities. Today it's a fishing community. The name still maintained. The locals do call this place Abrofo Mpuano, which is just the local translation of Europeans. If you have been here about 4 years there, you might have seen the ocean back here. It is because of the French war made by the government of Ghana that we could see the ocean was much worse than what we are seeing. When we look, we just at the flip of the no return, we have no return here, telling us we are returning to where we came from. We had this door of return 1998, and that was when we celebrated our first Emancipation Day. We call it Big or Great Homecoming Day. Descendants of those that survived the journey were asked to come home, interact, and feel the land again. The living never came alone. They brought in 2 more of us had exited the door. They never returned. Luckily for us, we walked on the same path, went out of the same door, we came back. The best we can do is to welcome anyone that will exit and return.
It certainly proves that we're the most resilient people that can ever be recorded.
Oh, now say that
So
again.
going through what we've gone through, and to recover with no programs of recovery other than what we did for ourselves. Other than what God inspired from our own midst to raise up men and women from our midst that had no training other than the inspiration of God, and then to be sent to a people to raise us back up, to recover our mind, to recover ourselves, and then to fall back in love with ourselves. You never had that in recorded history before. So in that respect, you know, we just thank God again for the blessings and the miracle of walking on this line. Just the connection in of itself, you know, it's such meaning that is really hard, again, to quantify. To walk on this soil, people can tell you about their experience. You can read about somebody's imagination of the experience, but to touch base on this ground yourself and to have the spirit of the Almighty and the ancestors envelop you with their arms around you, even though as you are in a group, you have a collective experience of something you can share, but in that collective experience, there's a personal experience that belongs just to you.
Yes, it is.
And that's your testimony. So in that respect, you know, I just like to celebrate a portion or a second by sharing a few words with you and just say welcome home and welcome to this edition. I hope you're enjoying the food.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I can't claim that one. I could say that I hope you enjoyed it. I have another one of my brothers here. I told him in awe. He's one of the teachers in our Hebrew community. He's part of the community that comes from Jerusalem over there. But they have a large community of us that are living here in Ghana. As you heard by the introduction, my name is also a Rabbi and a kohein, so I'm one of the teachers in the Hebrew community as well. Here. So in that respect, we see so many of our people coming back home here. I have been here, as I said, for 33 years, and I've never seen a season like I've seen in the last 10 years.
This time.
Of our people looking at this place as an option, an alternative. It started out during the first Trump administration. The first Trump administration, people said no. I said, you come for vacation? They say, yes, but I'm coming to scout out the land. Find out what kind of options I have here. And then I had an older couple I met in Elmina fort. I call them forts, not castles.
Right.
So, for a reason. But they said, we're retired, we've been retired for some years, but we don't know what this man is going to do over there in the U.S., so we decided we got to turn this vacation trip into a scouting out trip. And they did just that. But to say it, to put it in perspective, again, loads of people have been coming here with another mission, with an expanded mission. In any way we come here is great. So like I said, just touching base here, you know, has its significance in and of itself. But then looking at the global scene and looking at what's happening around the world, you know, we need to be able to think for ourselves and generations to come, what is the right place for us to be in this century that we're in now, 21st century. People talking about the great migration that we took at the beginning of the 20th century. That was defined security. You know, I've been doing some memoirs, and I recognize that I put one of my chapters on this AI version of editing. You know how everybody uses that now. So I realized I use a term that I was born in New York, you know, to parents who migrated from the South during the time of the terrorism that was going on in the South with the white supremacy and the Ku Klux Klan, and they were driving millions of Africans off their land. They had to go to urban centers in the North. And I realized when it came out of AI, they took out all of the white supremacy statements.
Wow, really?
Statements. So I said, now you've been programmed by white supremacists too, huh?
Wow.
You don't even want us to tell our whole story without you altering the thing, just like we're going through in the real world, and it made the program technical world the same way. Because, you know, I want the world should know it wasn't just, we had over 5 million people that left the South in the Americas at the beginning of the 20th century. And we were terrorized out of the South. We didn't just leave. They make it like you were leaving for great opportunity. What is the great, why are you going to leave for 100 acres and 50 acres and 200 acres of land that we were having We didn't just leave. Somebody terrorized us off that land.
Yes, yes.
And that made us migrate to the north. And our story still has to be told, edited, reported on. Such a one of these days just got me here, so I'm moving around. But in any event, you know, I'm just saying, we still have to tell our story.
Yes.
And we still know that wherever it was never comfortable for us to be, we had no problem migrating to where it was more comfortable. And now we see that this Mother Africa is another option that we have. I have students who come through here, many times they ask, what was your motivation? And I say, well, I have a quick answer to that, I have a medium answer to that, I have a long-term answer to that. So since we don't have time for the long-term, I won't go there. But I said that, you know, my father, father, you know, taken from this land many years ago, and they slaved in America as decent human beings, a decent character, and they never ever gained any respect for being human beings. My grandfather, you know, sharecropped in America, worked all of his life, a decent man, good character, never had the respect of being respected as a man in America.
What an awesome day it was. It was emotional, spiritual, and an humbling experience. They will definitely return back to the United States with a new and greater perspective of their ancestral homeland, Ghana. Won't you come and join us on one of our fabulous tours?